in honor of Batman's 80th anniversary, 80 years of Batman, I decided to make a video about the 6 reasons why everybody wants to be him. And I have proof, evidence. I think he's the single most popular superhero in the world. I'm not talking about compared to groups of heroes like all the X-Men, you know, like group team franchises. I'm talking about single individual hero. I think that at this point in time, Batman is number 1. Now, I said this before, and some people like to debate or argue, like, no, really, it's Spider-Man, because one time, you know, someone, you know, whipped out all these figures and said that Spider-Man toys sell more than Batman toys do. But it's about, like, a lot of different things, you know. Batman, taken together, has had the most TV shows, movies, cartoons, video games. Spider-Man has some good video games and shows and stuff and cartoons, too. But Batman has had more of them over more time. And, you know, you can just take, like, a poll or just ask, like, people you know. If you ask, like, a lot of people, especially a lot of men, which superhero they'd most like to be, most of them always answer, at least in my experience, Batman. Like, he's number 1. Like, I want to be Batman. So, and a lot of women, too. Like, Batman's their favorite character, too. I know a lot of girls, I've heard a lot of them say, like, they love Batman. So there's something about this character that has captivated people more than any other single superhero has. And I have 6, if I can count, 6 reasons why Batman's number 1. So let's get into it. Number 1, this is the reason I alluded to before, is most people know who Batman is in any other superhero because of constant, almost continuous pop culture reinforcement. Like, in his 80 plus years of history, there's always been, you know, a Batman TV show, movie, comic book. You know, the comic books have been going forever, a toy, a video game, especially in the last, like, 20 years. Like, we've had Batman video game after video game, cartoon after cartoon, movie after movie, all that kind of stuff. And so I think that, and TV shows, Batman's had, you know, more than one TV show too. Like the classic Adam West one, Gotham's on today. You know, Batman's stories have been in the public consciousness more, like, repeatedly, more often than any other superhero. Like, we haven't seen Superman in stories as often as Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, you know, the whole Captain America. There are some big ones, but Batman's just been doing it more often. You know, people want to tell Batman's story and all of his villains and supporting characters. That's just, they've just been, you know, in our consciousness, collective consciousness more often, you know, in the pop culture library or whatever. So, you know, more people know who Batman is. It's just more mental reinforcement because of all the things I've said. So, you know, Batman is the character, the superhero who's most well known. And so, you know, he's going to be the one who's most popular by default because he's everywhere. Number 2, Batman's rich, right? Who does it? Superheroes, most of them are male power fantasies. And sure, there's multiple rich superheroes out there, but Batman being a billionaire on top of all of the other reasons why is why, you know, most people would be like, yeah, I'd be Batman. You know, like, I've been asked before, like, which superhero would you rather be? And like Superman has all these powers. I really like the Martian Manhunter and stuff. Spider-Man's very coordinated and athletic. But, you know, Batman's loaded. And I'm like, well, you know what? All those superpowers can go out the window as long as I get to be rich. And I think most people would be like, yeah, I'd like to be Batman because he's a billionaire. Number 3, he's a great fighter. Who wouldn't want to be able to beat up anybody they encounter? Almost anyone, like Batman can. A lot of us, especially a lot of men, want to be able to be the toughest person in the room. I want to beat up everybody. Everybody wants to be a good fighter. Who wouldn't want that? And, you know, Batman can do it. He's one of the best fighters in comics, and he's also very good strategically in a fight. He's not just physically good, but also mentally good at, you know, outmaneuvering and defeating his opponent. And I think most of us would love to have great detective skills or, you know, great mental manipulation skills on top of being able to, you know, do all this ninjutsu stuff the way Batman can. Peak physical condition. You know, most of us would love to be in peak physical condition and in great, great shape and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, Batman's physical prowess is a big reason why a lot of people would love to be him. Number 4, he's really smart. Batman's a brain, right? He's often portrayed as a great genius, sometimes a good inventor, depending on who's writing him. Sometimes you'll have to have people build stuff for him, but sometimes Batman is smart enough to build stuff on his own. But he's great, you know, at figuring things out, and he has a high intellect, a high IQ. And a lot of people would be like, I'd love to be super smart. On top of the other reasons I've mentioned, super smart, and rich and have a great body and be a good fighter. Batman's got it all. Number 5, he gets a lot of action. In comic books, Bruce Wayne is very lucky with the ladies, but you might want to be lucky with the men too. Batman is popular with women and gay men too. So, you'd like to have Batman's mojo, right? When it comes to his playboy status. And, Batman's got that going on. A lot of people fantasize about, getting a lot of action with good looking people. And Batman does that too. He's not very good at having stable, normal relationship, mind you. But he's definitely good, I guess, at playing the field. And a lot of people would love that anyways. And number 6, Batman is good looking, or usually. Like, Bruce Wayne is usually portrayed as like a nice looking guy, right? And I don't think most people would. Who wants to look ugly, right? If Batman's rich and brainy and a good fighter and lucky with, in dating and all that kind of stuff, being good looking on top of that is great too. So, he's got it all. Batman is like the ultimate like power and lifestyle fantasy, at least when it comes to what people fantasize about in their lives. So there we have it. My 6 reasons why I think Batman is the #1 superhero in the world. Do you agree or don't you? And what other reasons have I left off this list? Maybe you can think of, 3 or 4 more reasons why. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.